Everyone. Good evening. Hello from sunny Florida. Tonight, we're very excited to be celebrating Black Deaf History Month once again. Actually, we started celebrating Black Deaf History almost 20 years ago when some people in the community decided to ask why isn't the library celebrating and showcasing Black Deaf Americans. So we decided since then to invite someone to present every single year. And this year we have an amazing presenter comedian that will be sharing some of his stories and making us laugh a little bit with us tonight. Before we begin our performance tonight, I would like to show you some of the University of Florida students decided to help us out and partner with us to make this event a success. And they have prepared a PowerPoint where they're going to showcase 10 rising stars in the Black Deaf community. And I hope you learned something from this. Remember those names, because at the end of the event, we're going to have a little test, a little trivia for you. So enjoy the presentation. Hello, everyone. My name is Morgan Powell, and I am a University of Florida student. And I have a partner who's going to be working with me on this presentation, Jay, and we will be showcasing some Black Deaf well-known people. The first person is Nakia Smith. She's fourth generation deaf person. And she gained lots of social media attention after sharing Black history tips, Black ASL tips on TikTok. Our next person is Wawa, who is a deaf writer, rapper, and dancer, entertainer. Our next person is Isidore, who was born and raised in Burundi. He attended San Diego State University, where he set up an ASL club. Today, he is the co-chair for the Disability Advisory Committee for the FCC. Okay, our next person is Joy Alan, who is an award-winning author who has written and published 7 books. Our next presenter is Natasha Ofili, who is a model. She was showcased in the Marvel Studios Insomniac video games and was the first Black woman to play a character in a video game. She's been featured in some TV shows and Netflix original series, Amazon TV shows, and Undone, where she played the role of a deaf teacher. Our next person is Hunta Williams. He identifies as Black. Oops. Then Matt Maxey, who founded Definitely Dope. which is a company that provides interpretation for music events for the deaf and hard of hearing individuals. He was an interpreter for Chance the Rapper. And he travels around the nation interpreting. Our next person is Samantha Figgins. She's a deaf professional dancer. And then Trishelle Edmonds. She has made some TV appearances in different shows as House, MD, Glee. She was part of the Spring Awakening show at Broadway. And she's been the first and only deaf woman of color to headline a Broadway show. Hapina Grima as the first deafblind person to graduate from Harvard Law School. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much to Morgan and Jay from UF, from the Gators, and their ASL club for partnering with us and making this information known out there. Remember those 10 deaf Black individuals, because at the end of the event, we're going to be asking you some questions to see if you remember who they are. Well, with much further ado, I would like to pass on the stage to Mr. Harold Foxx. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself, and then he's going to present a short 20-minute show or so. Then you'll have a Q&A. So feel free to type some questions if you have anything that you would like to know about him. Are we ready, Harold?
What's up? So want to make sure everybody can see me clearly, nice and clear with this good green background. Thought I was looking good, got a little touch up in my hair, feeling good today. So wait a minute, where is my music? I gotta fire my producer. Boy, you were supposed to play some music I need some background music so I can run on. Now I just realized I don't have a producer. Okay. Cool. Not cool. Got time to call. Oh, I'm gonna fire somebody as soon as they get here. Okay, let's go. So what is up, everybody? I am Harold Foxx. So remember, that is Foxx with 2 X's, 2. Keep it straight, not 3. There's not triple X. Definitely, especially here. This is a family-friendly show, so don't worry about the triple X. We don't even have to worry about that. We ain't gonna get there. Save your money. It is just fine. So, yep, we're gonna have a nice night. Just telling you. I know most of the time I'm up here and I'm dropping some language I shouldn't be, and I don't want to get taken out in cuffs. So we're gonna rein it in some, and I'm gonna keep it clean. Or I'm gonna bring it down to PG-13. Maybe even just PG. Okay, here we go. Good for this? Yep. My interpreter following me? I got you. Okay, well, thank God I've got a Black man here. Whew. I'm serious. I'm feeling honored. For this month, we have Black Deaf History Month. And again, I am Harold Foxx. I am an actor, a producer, a comedian, a writer. You name it, that's me. Publicist, I will go. I've got to keep myself hustling all day. And you know why? Because I am from Memphis. Yep, down in the South, where we hustle all day, all night. Maybe one or two videos you might have seen. I'm just saying, like, okay, damn, look at that. Okay, wait. Where is my producer? I need that music. Not cool. Okay, anyways, so I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. I lived in Washington, D.C. for 7 years. And now I am living in LA. Well, really, I guess before that, I went out and I was working for DPTV. Did some Broadway shows, well, off Broadway. And then came out to LA about 3 years back. And then the pandemic screwed that. But at the same time, you know what? I gotta be thankful because that meant I did not have to be going out to Florida for this performance. You know why? Last time, me and Gators, we didn't get along. I don't know what it is about the Gators that they didn't like me, or it was they were all of a sudden artists. I don't know. Okay. But really, so I have been here in LA for 3 years. It's beautiful and sunny, but man, is it windy. These winds have picked up. I am feeling bad for the men with toupees. If you could have seen the old man try to chase their hair rolling down the street, just come on back. I need that. Oh, Lord help them. Just y'all looking like a fool. Oh, you got it running down 20 yards trying to catch up to your own hair. I was like, I'll help you. Here you go. Next time, get some glue on it. No, it don't work. Yeah, I mean, homegirl already tested it out with the glue. You know that Gorilla Glue gonna work. I'm gonna charge you next time. You can get that advice free every time. So really, yep, I am here. And I've got this interpreter voicing for me. It is a beautiful thing. So voicing, typically, yes, that's just fine. I feel it is beautiful. And that is just fine. If I got a white voice, you're going to bring in that piece, but it's going to add a little flavor to it, but they're still doing a great job. It is not a critique. But I feel that it's important to really have someone that I feel can match, to really go on this journey with me. So that way that hearing audience and that deaf audience can go along on the same point. So when you've got that interpreter, I know you can pull in that interpreter and you get that white person and they're like, oh yeah, and I'll be throwing it out and they're just like, okay, this is what I meant. And I'm like, come on, let's be real. You don't tell me that I have to remember, watch my language. So I'm on mute, but is that really gonna work? I want y'all to be real. Like, look me in the eye. So being serious, it's one of the things that I end up thinking about, and I feel, I travel around for work. I feel that it is critical that I have a Black interpreter so that I can just gel with them. They get it. We've got that cultural baseline and we can go. But I'm going to tell you, some of the white men I've had voice for me, spot on. I know one of the guys that was voicing for me about 3 years back, he was right on. And they were even telling me, wow, you got this interpreter. He was doing a great job. And and we had CJ Jones. He was apparently voice interpreter for CJ Jones for 20 years. And I was like, you telling me that white man? Ooh. So anyway, that's one of the things. So I definitely get it. But most of the time, for my personal voice interpreter is a Black interpreter, and he is a professor. And so to have a Black interpreter, educated, they just get it. I get it. And I'm like, there's power, and I love you. I love you. So I'm hoping there paying you a little extra for that. So, really, I told you I was from Memphis, Tennessee. And that's famous? Of course. Most of the time people say, Elvis? Stop using that man's name, Elvis. I know he was that singer with swinging his hips. You know that man stole black music. You've never seen a white man moving like that. Those moves were even from it. And that's because he grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. And you can get all them moves from our people. But that's not the point. So Memphis, we are well known for our barbecue. Our barbecue. That's why, oh, our muscles. Yep. You just get that so high. What do you think that numbers is? I mean, kids don't go to jail. Not with them numbers. You need to keep your behind. Oh my God, Lord, save me. I told you I was going to watch it. So keep your butt in school. You hear me? So students, teachers, professors, I'm telling, I want you to stay in school. Stay away from them gators too. Y'all hear me? So again, I grew up in Memphis. Barbecue and the culture. I was wondering, if you guys watch that new show, may not have made it out yet on Netflix. It's Birdets. And on that show, Burt Ends is about a black family going to a funeral. And it's not a sad movie, it's actually a comedy. And really, they're talking about Memphis. And they get it, because they get black culture. They get the funerals, the ceremonies that go around that. And do y'all realize Burnt Ends, the funeral, that is set up, you do a drive-through funeral. So, first of all, I love my people. But dang, we get creative. I mean, very creative. I mean, I can't even say that word, damn it. Okay, family-friendly show today. I'm not going to lose it. I'm not going to lose my money for that. So we get real creative. And I got to apply. You're going to do a drive-through funeral. What's my first order? Wrong boy. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Wrong boy. You do a drive-through funeral. Okay, so first of all, you know we black people are very emotional. I mean, how you gonna be emotional with all these people going to a funeral and you just see people all letting out and dropping, why Lord, why him? I mean, you know they're gonna be going back and forth, running in and out of the church. But can you imagine? Just, I'm not, however you want to say that. Doing a drive-through funeral. I mean, first of all, my first order would be wrong boy. Second order, you better develop some juice for that. Because that's what I'm saying. We are way too emotional. We all pull over and I see my family member dead, just no. And you better believe they're gonna hit that gas. I mean, let's be real. That city is gonna be #1 in car accidents. On the same street. Police still can't even figure it out. Like, you gotta say something. Something's wrong. And that's what had me thinking. But I'm telling you guys, it is funny. You need to watch it. Memphis culture, that's something else to go through for the funerals. I'm still even just trying to process that, just get through all my feelings on what that means. But growing up in Memphis, you know, I'm born into hearing family. And so I was actually born hearing, and about 5 or 6 lost my hearing because of meningitis. I hope I spelled that right, because I know some real smart kids gonna do that. They probably watching me from some prepping for some spelling bee. But anyways, to the point. As I got older, the family, like my mom, is a big mom. And I'm telling you guys, is young kids, y'all lucky. Because I've seen some of y'all, I mean, culture, parents just get so soft, but if you know what I mean by Big Mama, you better hide your ass. And that's what I'm saying, where it's just, I gotta get it real quick. And real quick. Because Mama don't play. And every time I gave her trouble, I messed up, I was rebellious, you know what happened? She put me on lockdown and beat my butt. That was loud back then. Back before y'all set up, you know, child protective services. But, yeah, CPS. Yeah. And aside, back to my point. I remember one time I was in school, I was getting in trouble. Principal was just absolutely fed up. I am done with you. Called my mom. My mama came down to the school. She said, let me take care of that boy. And she got, I mean, we're talking big 7 foot. You know, when my mama got to that school, what she did, first thing, she took me and head up, just grabbed me by the head, like, no, headlock. I'm telling you, that woman is fast. Just that headlock. What were you thinking? I'm just trying to speak. And the point is, that was even worse because I got the deaf accent. Like, you don't get. She, what, boy, what did I tell you about respecting them? She, boy. Oh, I can't even go back to Memphis with that again. And I think after that, you know, Lord, they had to sign me up at Witness Protection Services after that. I hope my mama didn't see that video. Maybe this time. You know what? These days I'd be like, I'm gonna change that story. It was an ankle lock. Mama, let go of my foot. Anyways, what I'm talking about, we got some strong Black women. I'm telling you, whatever it is that happens, we have strong Black women. And I know they're gonna keep you on track. Come on, boy, get right. And that was back in the time when Mario brought it up. But I know you young people, it concerns me. But at the same time, we've got a lot of good Black deaf role models here that we are showing you that you guys can do it too. If you want to be a singer, do it. You want to be a doctor, a lawyer, do it. You want to be a comedian, do it. You can be anything. you want to be. You don't have to let nobody tell you no. You hear me. You hear me. You can be right up in the spotlight. Sorry. Oh, let me get my glasses. Not cool. One negative about doing a whole virtual show. Whew, I gotta look in what them comments. Okay. Now I can see. Thank you. So really, what I learned from hard work, of course, I learned a lot of it from my mama. She beat me hard, but to get me really to get my college degree. But let's look at other folks. Harriet Tubman, you know your Black history. She saved a lot of slaves, helped them make it out of the South, that Underground Railroad. That is strength. Where we're talking, she's like, come on, go. People falling down, get up, let's go. We ain't got time for you to be slow. You know that's how it was happening. And that's just like my mama. She just made it like you can never give up. I don't care. Nope, you gonna get up. And again, I told you about that headlock. I learned that quick. Duck and weave. It's a commitment to hard work. And because of that, I am traveling from Memphis, Washington, D.C. I graduated from Gallaudet University in 2005. So I guess that tells you how old I am. But, well, okay, I'm lying because I'm 42. As a Black singer. Dancing. So I went to Gallaudet. I made it through, graduated college, and I started my touring show for comedy. I started out, I did the Vine app, was doing videos, created my own label, started that. Of course, there's a whole lot of ways. You hit a wall, you bounce off. You hit your barriers, yeah, that's going to happen. But you know what? You hit it, you learn something, and you learn how to get through. My favorite quote was Frederick Douglass, is slave. And he said, without struggle, there could be no progress in our lives, because what you go through, those struggles, those walls you hit, those barriers, that's what's going to carry you through it. And so when I do my tour and I'm touring around doing my shows, doing all this, I don't give up. I'm still working it because I know, you know what? Foxx, I got that. Hollywood. Ooh, driving a Tesla. Boy, you lucky. I am far, far, far from lucky. I still got a lot of hard work to do. But I'm telling you guys, I can do it. You can do it. And kids, stay in school. And another thing, if your parents or whoever, older folks, are telling you, yep, keep up with respect. Ooh, and, you got that phone, you just going, oh, they're going to bring back that mama. They're going to bring back that big mama. You would be afraid. The fear of God, I'm telling you. But okay, I think my time is up. I think it's actually where we hit that point where we are at for some questions. And so let me wrap this piece up. I know I could just keep going on, but then my mouth is going to get me in trouble. And so let's take another lens and open it up for you kids and see, what do you guys got? What do you hide at? Love you guys. Miss Rosa? Let's see. Do we have any questions? Ah, there you go. Whew. I was like, okay, what was going on? So she says, okay, I'm just trying to look because folks are just chatting and we got comments coming in. But yeah, if you get any questions, Rosie, you let me know. So can you actually talk about your growing up experience? And so, yeah, I said I grew up, I was hearing initially and I lost about 5 or 6. So I did get speech therapy, and I went into a mainstream program, where you have the interpreter that goes around with you. I actually never went to deaf school. And my first time really immersed in deaf culture, if you would, was not until I made it to Galley. And I mean, I already had sign, but and I'd say I got pretty good at it, but fluency didn't hit till Gallaudet. And really, then when I moved here to LA, because just working TV, Deaf West Theater, off Broadway, and the work that I did here is really where my sign with performance started to morph and really make it my own. Okay, another question. What is the biggest barrier or obstacle that you have defeated growing up deaf? Oof, that's a tough one. I don't know. We gotta put that one down for next time. I gotta prepare for that one. I wasn't prepared for you, University of Florida, folks. Okay, Rose is saying, when you started touring comedy, when's that gonna come out? When can we expect you coming around? Well, actually, right now, I don't even know what's happening with everything in the world. I am ready for a show, but I'm noticing some places are starting to open up and just being required en masse. So I'm starting to have some conversations about, well, what would that be? And so, of course, doing something in Florida is a possibility. We'll have to see. Another question. How do you really look at your life and find the comedy? How do you develop your work? Really, I'm just gonna say my family, there are some funny people. We grew up watching Sanford and Sons, Red Fox. And so, I had always started incorporating little bits of just acting and parroting here and there. And so folks would be like, oh, that boy's funny. But to say I'm a comedian where that hit, I don't know. I haven't really yet seen my name on Forbes list. So when I make it, I'll let you know. What can people do to become more inclusive for deaf folks? To be honest, I gotta say, for deaf culture, I mean, really, we're talking about being a true ally. And yeah, that's completely possible. Don't try to take over, because we're the same as you. We're even keel. We got that. And so you've got your culture, we've got our culture. We can work together, understand each other. Don't try to take over and make it yours. But I guess that's really it. It's work in partnership. Rosa, okay, so I got one more for you. As a Black deaf actor, what do you hope to see in the future for access in the deaf community, specifically the Black deaf community? I better see 100% equality. I mean, we can't control that type of struggle with limited access and already what's going on. I mean, I know we've had some progress, but we've still got a long way to go. So let's see, something that I'm not used to, I'd say I just kind of throw it out. Or really, I'd have a whole list on pieces. It really depends on my mood to tell you. Okay, I missed it at the beginning and I was curious. You said you signed ASL or BSL? Okay, so really, ASL is just amalgam. BSL, I incorporate some of that, but really where I'm at, I'd say it'll probably be more ASL down the road. It gets smoother because I've got my English incorporation. I've got some ASL, and my BSL is just, some of it is in there. And so, you know, there are some pieces where I just feel I've still got to get that in. I'm still working on it, but I get things mixed up. And so to actually classify it, I tell you it's a mixture. Well, that sounds wonderful. A lot of folks are just thanking you. Thank you for doing this. And really, everybody's saying you need to come out to Florida. Keep the gators away from me, because I ain't playing with you. Serious on that. Well, people are honoring Black history. What do you encourage them to do? Or people to, what would you say would be a good thing for people to really recognize Black history? Keep it in the system. And keep all Black people in your history books. Because last time I was in school, that book was full of white people. That was a white history book. And I ain't never seen so many white people. I'm like, wait, what in the world? And you get, okay, you get a sliver of a mention. And so what I really mean is we need to get it out there. Get it out. Share the information. Look it up. Well, really, what I'd say my biggest struggle was beating homelessness. Because, I mean, of course, touring, that's tough. I've, you know, just, of course, crashed. I went up for about 2 years. I about hit a wall and I felt I was going to have to give up. Like, okay, get a pat on the back. But, you know, I'm still doing it. Made it through. Well, that's wonderful. Harold, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being involved in this and just sharing your enlightenment. I appreciate you representing your community and perspective. And so really we've got folks here, believe it or not. So, I mean, the humor I appreciate, but sharing your experiences growing up and your perspective. So thank you so much for sharing the laughter. And we definitely look forward to when you're going to make it out here in Florida. So what should we follow you on Instagram, or what's the way to watch? Really, best way to do is look at my website, www.haroldfoxx.com. Or again, FOXX.com. So not 3, it's 2. And really, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter at Harold Foxx. Really, look me up. You'll see it. Folks are really encouraging you to just get involved and let them know about your page. And really just, we'd encourage everybody to just start some partnerships. And so when you're saying, letting other folks know about Harold Foxx, and if you're, tell other people, if somebody says, who is that? You need to let them know, like, yeah, no, for real. We all need to know. So get the word out. That's how this all gets started. Share it with everybody. So again, Harold, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. We appreciate celebrating you, celebrating the community. And here you go. Go ahead. Come on, everybody. I want to see you. Let's dance with Harold. Do a little dance with Harold. Get it. Okay. Where is my music? Set that music. I just need that bass. I need to crank up that bass so I can really feel the bump. Well, Harold, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Well, it's been nice. Peace out. Thank you. Ty from ASL Services, thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize all this time that I was muted. I would like to thank the interpreter from ASL Services and ASL Services for being so kind, so wonderful, and partnering with us to provide this event to everyone out there in the nation. So we're really, really glad that we got to work with you. And we'll look forward to more comedy. As I told you all before, at the end of this session, I would like to ask some questions and feature some other people. So I know Mr. Fox is a busy man. He's got to go practice his next show. Tomorrow, actually, you have a show. I saw a flyer. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yes,
Anyone join? Yeah.
Visual
Visual vernacular. BV.
So VV, that's Justin Perez is hosting that. And that, again, for Black History, it's myself, Wawa, Nakia Smith, and a couple other folks. So is that no charge? I think it's free, but I'm not sure. But I want to say yes, so I'd say double check the posting. Yeah, I saw Joel's watching right now, and so he says tomorrow night he was asking if you had to go ahead and post for visual vernacular. If you can, just go ahead and post it. Let us know. Yeah, okay, I'll get that out. Well, thank you so much. Love you, Harold. Have a good night. You are muted, Rosa.
I keep forgetting that I'm muted. Sorry. Well, thank you so much to the interpreter. Now, I would like to show you a few other pictures of Black deaf people to see how many of them do you recognize. So let me share screen. One sec. Let's see. Not sure that I can make this a little bigger. It's not letting me make it bigger. Not as big as I would like.
Rosa, use the magnifying glass on the top left.
Okay. Here we go. It's distorting it. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to share that image on our Facebook page. So make sure to look at it and see if you can guess and identify how many of those Black deaf leaders in our community. So feel free to send us names if you recognize them. If you think there are people that are missing in that list, please be sure to send us more names. The more people that we showcase and educate others about, the better for all of us, so we can work together. I had a little bit of a Kahoot game just to see who remembers who is who. So let's see. Okay. Can't start that game either. Cancel this. Okay. Oh, seems I can't get that game going here. But you remember the 10 people that we mentioned at the beginning of the presentation? Not sure how many of you were watching, but here are our new trailblazers in the Black Deaf community. So be sure to remember their names. Am I sharing it or not? Nope. Here we go. So important thing to remember is, our community is changing. We're not in those times when deaf people were not as visible as they are today. And it's important that you recognize who they are and what are they doing. So follow our page, click like our Facebook page, and we'll be posting a list of Black deaf leaders. Many people have been asking, so I'll send the flyer and the pictures. And if you know names, share them with us. Remember, we celebrate Black Deaf history every day throughout the year. So thank you so much for joining us. Anybody know any deaf person that I'm missing? Send me something. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great evening and keep celebrating. Thank you. Yes, I will be able to send you a copy of the slideshow if you send me an email. So, him. Thank you.